Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. It is, of course, a new week, and that means in the upcoming days, we're going to see several new updates drop in Warzone and Modern Warfare 3. Now, unlike last week, we shouldn't be expecting any major title updates or anything like that. Just some more routine updates, some playlist updates, some hot fixes here and there with various different content updates and gameplay updates alike. And today we're going over everything you need to know about this week's changes and updates in general. But initially, we are starting with some things that have actually been updated and changed over the past few days. This past weekend, COD Updates put out several new patches that either fixed some things in game or they put out some new investigations and detailed some communication in the way of some things that they plan on updating here soon. Initially, obviously, last week, Modern Warfare 3 ranked play dropped, and within this, they've already made a couple of different balancing updates now live. They say a minor update with balance adjustments to secondary melee weapons has been released, and now secondary melee weapons have been adjusted to require 2 hits to kill in ranked play. So there was some cheese going on there where you could just obviously run into hills or, you know, push a choke point with a melee, quick little one hit, you're out. Super frustrating and obviously pretty unbalanced in a competitive mode like ranked play. So they have gone through and updated that for multiplayer. They are also now officially investigating the whole issue where perk packages are not working correctly within Warzone. You could have your own custom perk package, but it's giving you the wrong ones. For what it's worth, in my previous top 10 loadouts video that we posted over the weekend, I covered the fix there. Then I did also make a whole separate short just on that. So if you want a more detailed in-video explanation, feel free to go check out either of those. They'll be linked in the description below or potentially at the end of the video on screen there. But yeah, they are well aware that perks are not working as intended right now, and hopefully that gets fully sorted here so you don't have to do any silly little workarounds or anything like that moving forward. You can just play the game as normal, right? They also say that for Modern Warfare 3, a new update has been deployed to fix an issue causing the trigger response time of the Allies Regret trigger attachment for the tier to be slower than intended. Within the Season 1 Reloaded patch notes, they did add a trigger delay to several different options on the tier. However, it just completely broke them. It made it so that it was like a second-long delay, like a ridiculous delay. You'd go to shoot your tier, then you could have like a whole 5-course meal, and then it decided to shoot, right? So definitely was not intended there. There are still some nerfs in effect with general trigger delays, but the ridiculously long delay there that made the weapon basically entirely unusable has since been updated and has since been fixed. So more good news there. And then lastly, when it comes to the COD updates post, they say a new update for Modern Warfare 3 ranked play. The time stat is not being tracked properly on the in-game CDL hardpoint scoreboard, so they're aware of that and they'll be updating that accordingly. If you're trying to flex that you had 2 minutes in the hill and your teammate only had 12 seconds, sometimes it's not accurately showing that, so that'll be fixed here in a future update, likely later on this week as mentioned. Now, slight post-edit Zach here. As I was in the middle of editing this, COD Updates also posted another new update, and this one is especially important. They say a new slight meta update is live in Warzone. A minor playlist has gone live to disable the Maelstrom dual trigger attachment from the Lockwood 300 shotgun. As you know, a few weeks back, this was broken. It was one-shotting within 10 meters, bust in the close range meta. There was nothing to compete against it really. And with Season 1 Reloaded, for whatever reason, they unvaulted the dual trigger and it was back one-shotting within 10 meters. That was clearly on accident, since obviously they've now gone through and removed that. It'll be adjusted or nerfed in some way in the future, then brought back into the equation, but for now that is no longer usable. Being that it is another new week, we do have some of those more routine updates coming in the next few days, including a brand new playlist update. Now for Warzone, unfortunately here there's been no official previews. We just know that until January 24th we're going to have the current setup there that we've got going on, and then we'll see a refresh. However, within multiplayer we do have a new idea as to what we're going to be seeing here this week, because there's a new countdown timer on the menu featuring 2 new playlists that they'll cycle into the rotation. The first is the return of the Modern Warfare 2 maps mosh pit, so we should see the return of maps like Farm 18, Shoot House, etc, etc. So if you're more of a fan of those, or you just want to play them again but with actually good movement, you can do so. Then also Team Gunfight is going to be making its debut as well, which is obviously 6v6 gunfight, which is certainly something that is going to change up the pace there. Everyone gets the same loadouts, so it's like just balance across the board when it comes to gunfights. It's just who has more skill or who has the better angle that'll determine who's the victors in that mode. So be on the lookout for that, obviously, with these standard routine updates this week. Hey everyone, real quick, wanted to give a shout out to my friends over at G Fuel. Start your 2024 off right feeling energized and focused. You already know when I need that quick and easy boost, I'm going right for a fresh cup of G Fuel. Right now, my go-to flavors gotta be hype sauce, watermelon limeade, and starfruit. They're all bangers, but I mean, they got so many different flavor options. There's really something for everyone. So if you want to try G Fuel for the first time or maybe restock some of your favorites, throw in code Immortal at checkout. It'll get you that 20 to 30% off discount on everything on the site, and the link for that will be down in the description below if you're interested. Alongside that, we also are going to see our final, presumably our final weekly challenge update for season 1, and this is going to feature the week 8 challenges. Obviously, it'll introduce a brand new aftermarket part like several of the previous weeks have, and through this, you'll actually be able to finally unlock the Coherence camo as well. Now, I won't lie, personally, I don't feel like the Coherence camo looks all that great, especially for 8 weeks of challenges, but it is going to ultimately be one of the more rare options in the game. So if you care about getting that stuff, you'll certainly want to jump in and complete the weekly challenges for this week. But according to the menu, week 8 is going to be the final week that we have for the seasonal challenges. And then, you know, come next week, that's going to be the 31st, I believe. Presumably, we won't see any new weekly challenges debut there. Maybe they're hiding something. We'll have sort of a surprise update. We'll have to wait and see for that. But in theory, we should also be seeing, you know, some season 2 reveals by then. So perhaps that'll be the main focus then instead. We also have some upcoming content dropping this week, some free content you'll be able to earn. And as we get into this, quick reminder, if you are new to the channel, every single day I got you covered with all things going on in Call of Duty, whether it's news, updates, patch notes, meta breakdowns, you'll find it right here every single day. So feel free to hit that subscribe button if you're interested in staying up to date. And if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. It is always seriously appreciated. But starting later on this week, actually, we've got our very first major for the MW3 competitive season. Major 1 is kicking off on Thursday the 25th, and through watching the Major 1 streams, you can actually earn some new free in-game content. All you got to do is link your YouTube and your Activision account. There are plenty of different guides out there if you're unsure of how to do that. And then you just tune into the Call of Duty League YouTube channel, and as you accrue more watch time, you get more rewards. And every single day of the Major actually has some specific rewards. So initially on Thursday, if you watch for 1 hour, you get a 60-minute double XP token. If you watch for an hour and a half, you get a brand new emblem. If you watch for 2 hours, you get a 60-minute double weapon XP token, which is always clutch. And if you watch for 2.5 hours, you get a brand new calling card. On Friday the 26th, if you watch for an hour, you get another 60-minute double XP token. If you watch for an hour and a half, you get a new calling card. At 2 hours, you get another 60-minute double XP token, double weapon XP token, rather. Then if you watch for 2.5 hours, you get the camper emblem. On Saturday the 27th, if you watch for an hour, you get a 60-minute double XP token. If you watch for an hour and a half, you get a brand new animated emblem. At 2 hours, you get another 60-minute double weapon XP token. And at 2.5 hours, you get an animated calling card. And then lastly, on Championship Sunday the 28th, if you watch for an hour, you get 60 minutes of double XP. An hour and a half, you get the Abominable Snowman charm. If you watch for 2 hours, you get the rare Frostbite pistol blueprint, which is sort of like the ultimate blueprint reward for Major 1. Then if you watch for 2.5 hours, you get another new 60-minute double weapon XP token. So quite a few things to unlock there if you're interested in the free content. This stuff is only going to be available through Major 1, and then once all the Major 2 qualifiers and everything kicks off, there will be other new rewards to earn throughout that time period. So there if you want, but not necessary by any means. But it's free content at the end of the day, and you know, free stuff is free stuff. Why not, right? That being said, that's everything we currently know about this week's upcoming update. Of course, it's quite possible, since all the devs are back, obviously we've been seeing several new updates go live in the recent days, that we could see some surprise patch notes or other new changes here and there if they're adjusting any new weapons, if they're fixing anything in game. And of course, if that's the case, you guys know I'll have you covered with those details right as they happen, as always. So stick it here for that alongside everything else going on in COD by hitting that subscribe button and turning on those post noties. And if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and drop a like on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.